Hello class. We will continue our work in the social studies content area for 8th grade students. Today we will talk about summarizing using a dialogue comic strip. The summarizing strategy can be found on the All About Adolescent Literacy website with supporting information found in the required reading material in this week's module. What content area teachers should know about adolescent literacy development, comprehension section. The dialogue comic strip could be found in our +2 reading material. That's the article Reading Comprehension Habits for Every Classroom. The purpose of summarizing is to help you focus on the important content of either a selected text or passage. To then be able to condense that information and restate the content in your own words. Summarizing is used for after reading, but it does develop comprehension skills while you're reading as well. It's just as important to remember that summarizing is a part of the comprehension process as you are recalling and retelling information, but you are using comprehension skills, asking yourself questions during reading that provide you with the information you need for after reading to summarize. So let's go through some of the steps of summarizing using a dialogue comic strip. I'm going to first model this process with a selected passage from your text. I would like to remind you to use keywords or phrases to identify the main points from the text. You're going to also want to make sure that it's written in short summaries and making sure that you are incorporating relevant information. Now, I would like for you to pause the video. I have attached the dialogue comic strip and the passage that you will be reading when it comes time for you to practice. And I need you to download and print those out and grab something to write with. If you do not have print capabilities, if you can at least download the passage so that you can view it on your computer or phone. And if you can grab a piece of paper and you can make your own dialogue boxes and things to help you with the summarizing. I will be showing my example so that you'll know what it looks like so that you can participate. In a moment as I'm reading, I want you to practice creating the conversation from the text that you're going to write in your dialogue bubbles. We're not copying any of the actual dialogue in the text or phrases from the text. We're going to create and infer dialogue that might have happened, but making sure we support with evidence of that inferred dialogue. Now, I'm going to begin by reading a passage from the text, and I want you to listen. As I'm reading, we're going to be asking ourselves some following questions to help us with our summarizing and creating of the dialogue conversations. What is the main idea? What is the passage trying to tell us? What are the crucial details necessary for supporting that main idea or ideas? And what information is irrelevant? What is relevant? Make sure that you can decipher and decide what information is really supporting the main point. What parts do we want to make sure that we incorporate into our dialogue? Now, I'm going to read a portion of our text. Our text for today is Samuel Adams, Patriot and Statesman by Michael Bergen. This is from chapter 1. Hancock, too, wanted to prepare for battle, but Adams said no. The Patriots would need them as leaders during the war. They should not risk their lives fighting. Instead, Adams suggested that he and Hancock leave Lexington. As daylight came, the two men rode off into a carriage to Woburn, their first stop on a trip out of the colony. Adams, it has been reported, turned to Hancock and said, "Oh, what a glorious morning this is!" Although he did not welcome bloodshed, Samuel Adams was eager to defend the rights of Americans. One historian later called the War for Independence Sam Adams' Revolution. So, as I'm reading that passage and I'm thinking about my questions, what are the main idea, what evidence will support, what details are necessary, I can already feel and tell that the main thing was Hancock felt that they needed to prepare to fight, to prepare for battle, but Samuel Adams said, no, this is not where we need to be. And that's supported by him turning and saying, oh, what a glorious morning this is. He doesn't like bloodshed. He doesn't want that. He knows people are fighting and dying, but he knows that he and Hancock are off to continue to fight for the rights of the people, to fight for independence. So, I've kind of got an idea of the dialogue, the conversation that could have gone on between Hancock and Adams. So, now I'm going to get ready to use my comic strip, and here's an example. This is a blank one. These are the dialogue bubbles. This is where you would write the conversation that is going on between the two individuals. The parentheses is where you would write the names of who is talking above in the dialogue bubble. In the box at the bottom, this conversation is important because, so this is where you're really going to start coming in with that summarizing. Your dialogue is helping you kind of map out what the main idea is, providing you with some insight into the information, the main idea and the supporting information. And the dialogue, the conversation is important because is where we really are going to write our summary down. Now, I have already completed one so that you could then see. And my dialogue here for John Hancock, he tells Samuel Adams, we need to ready ourselves to fight for the cause. Our people need us. Now, I made sure to not include words and phrases exactly in the text. I'm trying to use, in my own words, the conversation that I would infer happened between the two. Samuel Adams replies, John, yes, our people need us, but not to fight where blood will be shed. We must leave Lexington and lead our people to independence. So here's the dialogue that I infer that would have gone on between John Hancock and Samuel Adams. And then this conversation is important because if they had stayed and fought, they could have died, and the birth of the United States might not have happened. If Samuel Adams had said yes, we might not have the independence that we have today. So that's my summary in my own words, because the main point was John Hancock wanted to stay, fight, support their people. The people needed them. Samuel Adams wanted him to understand that, hey, yes, I agree with you, but not in that way. We need to fight for them in a different manner. So, now it's your turn. I would like for you to take out your either piece of paper or the dialogue comic strip, and I want you to pause the video, read your passage, think about those questions. What are the main idea? What are the crucial details necessary for supporting those ideas? And what information is relevant? What information in that text is helping to shape the main idea? Once you are finished with your dialogue comic strip, I'm going to ask you to please scan it and email it to me. I hope that this video was helpful in providing you information on how to use a dialogue comic strip to summarize a selected text, and I look forward to viewing your comic strips. Thank you.